Hello everyone, this is Uncle Bernsey. Thank you for coming to this stream once more. We're gonna be here for a couple hours, grab a drink, grab some food, do what you need to do. We're gonna get back into this story on the YouTube side of things. Like, follow, subscribe, all the good things over there. Leave a comment too if you're liking Citizen Sleeper on that side. On the Twitch side, hello to my fellow do-gooders out there, the lurkers and all. Thank you for coming here. So we're gonna get back into it. As the machinist, I was actually excited. Had to skip the stream yesterday, had to take care of myself. What was I doing here? Okay, so we found the tech. I thought we found the tech already. And we came back. Right, we came back. That's weird, because we did find a tech. Oh, yeah. Meet cadet, Yeah, locate a ship at Helion Gate. It's just still saying the same thing. That was scaring me. I thought, we lost progress. But last time on the last episode, we found out there is something growing inside of us, or we are evolving, if you will. That's what I think is happening. Unlike the events of the first game where you're gonna die. This time, we don't know what's happening. So we gotta go locate a ship in Helion Gate. But if we go on the map here, I still got this asteroid for Malik. I kind of want to take care of that. And we don't have enough supplies though. And then Helion Gate's this way, so a derelict Solheim checkpoint. I want to have all supplies that we can have for this. But I would like to take Malik's his quest at least out of the picture, because the hunt cycle, it actually resets every time you travel in general, which is cool. So let's go to, ooh, I'm starving though, hold up. I may have to make a meal because I only have 6 cryo and I have no dice. Okay, let's make a meal. I'm gonna have to make a living for a little bit. We're broke. Only got 6 cryo in the pocket. Oh, I got glitch dice, of course. And 1s and 2s, of course. Alright. Oh, we got some, we did get some cryo. That's why I have it set to cryo though. Let's set to supplies. I'll worry about the cryo because I at least have an engineering job down here. Gives me +2. I do have these engine components though. I don't know. I think this is for the ship. I just don't know when to utilize it. So that +2 will turn this into a 4. I don't want to lose. And a 1 will 3. Just trying to make some bank here. Okay. Nice. I don't need to buy scrap. I will just earn scrap the regular way. What do we have here? We have Gaia's Gyre. This is where I can gain energy. But let's gain supplies real quick. Oh, I still got stress on me. I could go, ooh, signal station. I forgot about this. This is with intuition and interface. But they're regular right now, which is fine. Wait, Beltborn Venture. Oh, the gambling barge, that's right. Engage, we can't engage. We cannot engage, I'm sorry. I disengage, if you will. Oh, trade hall, that's what I'm looking for. I want all, 60. Well, I do need to get some supplies for the trip though too, so that's also what I'm kind of doing. Where can I use? Well, no, he's waiting for an order. Spindle's Edge. Nope. So there's no easy jobs here. Already processed the raw scrap last time. I don't want to use this on a dangerous one though. I feel like there is one around here that I can throw this stupid dice on. Let me get the kelp cakes for full energy. And we're broke again, but that is life. Yeah, I'm not going here. Well, it's risky though, so that's not too bad. I could just try them out here because these are both risky. I think if anything, it's going to just be energy loss, so... Ooh, I'll take that. Get rid of this glitch. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. Ooh, new location discovered. Where? Where? Where, Raggy? Where? No, seriously, where's the new location? Oh, is it a new location like on the map location? It said new location. Interesting. I apologize for that speed run right there. I know that could have been terrible for somebody. Let me just use my... Where's the location? Huh. It says new location. That's interesting. It must have revealed maybe a hub. No, this is still here. Ooh, 250 cryo, but it's risky. At least we have a full crew too. I forgot about that. I can buy supplies. Are almost done. Yeah, I don't understand. So the new location is not here. It is... Oops. This, there you go. What new location? Oh, the Hollow. Oh. I've never seen this before. So how can we get to the scatter yards? So we have to go... Nope, there's still an asteroid belt here though. So we do need that that HasNav to get through. This is for the major story plot. Oh yeah. My rig's blown its propulsion. I'm stranded on some godforsaken rock. Repair crew needed. We'll split the hull. Where is this at? I'm armed. Recover stranded rig. I feel like that's over here. But I want all supplies though. So let's rest on the ship. Now this will be fine. Supplies, yes please. Yeah. It's been a hectic week, I'll tell you that much, but we made it to the weekend. That's all that matters. I hate glitch dice. And I also hate stress. I forgot we can get rid of stress though before we go. I'll use a low one. Might as well use the glitch here. Oh wow. Oh wow. The glitch worked. Cool. We could also find Seraphine's sister too in Wellspring. I feel like, is that a major one? Yeah, that's a major drive. As well as the diagnosing our frame. Help Nemba, that's back at Greenbelt. And then of course the major ones for Cadet too. At the scatter fields, interesting. We don't have supplies. I would like some money. Remember, just max out whatever, I'm gonna say whatever class you play as, make sure to max out like their strength, because that can help you. That +2 for engineering helps every time. I get some bread. And it's basically gonna be, these are all gonna be positive rolls here. Or at least neutral. That's instant bread. Do I want scrap? I don't know what the, wait, buy scrap components. I don't need scrap components. I don't know what this process scrap does. This is new to this game. I do want to do Malik's quest, so let's at least go in and get one more supply. And actually, I think we can just leave now because I remember leaving with a full set of dice. So I guess word of wisdom here, if you're gonna go do a quest or a contract, don't worry about what dice you have. It's gonna reset. I was so tight. I had 6 and 5s that in the last stream. Oh man. Okay. So this one's tough. You know what I don't know? I don't know how to fix these. Like, do you have to just wait for these to break? That's my question. Rig workshop. Yeah, it's not like she can, there's nothing to repair. You can repair the dice bag, but I think you have to just wait for these to break. And that kind of sucks. But let's go do this one. Travel to contract. Ooh, that's a beautiful. Ooh, look at the rolls. Hopefully we can use those correctly. The asteroid looms large in the cockpit's glass. Light glints off the sheets of surface ice, the same glint that must have caught Malik's attention when he was fleeing the Conway countermeasures that damaged the Springtide. There's been no sign of Conway drones or mines, but that hasn't stopped Seraphim being cautious in his approach. You have to admit, you found yourself searching the black void of space for a telltale blinking red beacon too. We're close enough to jump down to the surface. Seraphim locks down the engines. I don't see anything on the scope, but I'll keep her warm just in case. Thanks. He nods without looking up from the controls. I say we core this snowball fast. Eugen shrugs. The less time we're out here, the less likely we are to run into anything Conway left behind. Simple. Actually, wait a minute. Whatever happened to... Oh, shoot. I'm thinking of that one, the little girl that we were helping with the stuff, but she blew up. I don't think we ever got to see the end. I don't know if like that was a thing. I just remember she blew up in the first episode. Dang. Sure, Seraphim cuts in. But fast means messy, and messy means more damage to the ice. We don't need to crack the shelf and lose half of the water we came to survey. Who said anything about messy? Eugen stretches, unclipping from his seat. Fast and clean, he winks at you. Easy. You unclip from your seat and kick off towards the airlock. The scale of the asteroid is troubling, but Seraphim assured you on the journey here that surveying it would be easy enough. Just take a sample from the deep ice for testing. The problem, he said, is getting down that deep. You'll have to cut away at the ice, dig yourself a hole, and doing so will create fractures in the shelf. The asteroid may be big, but it is held together with only a weak gravitational force. That is actually true. The more the ice is cracked away, the less there is for the far spindle to harvest, something you doubt Malik will be happy about. You push the worry to the back of your mind and get suited up. Something on your mind? Bliss drifts up beside you and pulls the suit from the rack. Just the job. They shrug. I don't want to jinx it, but it seems simple enough. Can't say rock, or in this case, ice cutting is my usual strength, but it's got to be simpler than slicing a hole without touching any of the internals. Bliss zips up their suit. We'll be fine. Was Bliss a they, them? I'm trying to remember. I think they were. I thought they weren't, but I guess not. I know I said this before, but either way, I love that Bliss is back. The troubled repair technician. Bliss's reassurance that they don't have any experience with the job you are about to do doesn't exactly calm your worries, but their nonchalant attitude helps, especially when you consider the volume of ice you are about to start cutting into. Cheer up! Bliss punches you on the arm as you get into the airlock. Might never happen. The lock cycles and you find yourself staring out the glinting surface of the asteroid. 1 second, Sleeper. Seraphim's voice comes over the comms. I'm seeing something here. Some kind of man-made shaft on the far side of the asteroid. Interesting. Eugen stood beside you in the airlock, but in this vacuum you can only hear him through the comms link. Crews sometimes stash goodies out on rocks like this. Let's go take a look. He pats you on the shoulder. Just hold up. Seraphim's voice cuts through. The survey is our first priority, and the integrity of the water ice. Hunting for buried treasure comes dead last on the to-do list. You can almost hear his eyes roll through the comms link. Don't get distracted. You squint at the rock and spot a dark recess just over the curve of the asteroid. That'll be the distraction then. You refocus on the ice sheet. Time to get started. Okay. The frozen shaft. What is needed for here? Okay, so Bliss and I can do this. And then he can handle that. But with the 3 for danger, that's not really good. And the ice sheet itself, this is really good. They really, ooh, engineering. That's what I'm talking about. And I got the +2. I got successes all day. Well, who else? It's just me. So I'm the only one that can actually do all this stuff. So I can either do a survey or we can just slice away. And I'm slicing away because I got 5s. Ah, the ice stress. Yo, Do you hear like the ice noise too in here? That's really cool. That's a nice little touch. Look at that, 3 straight positive successes. Now it's gonna get a little trickier though. I will not use, I could probably use them on the shaft for this round. And for me, I'm just gonna keep on just toiling away at this. Because unfortunately, Bliss doesn't have any pluses to her, so she has a bad roll. So, right, here we go. Here's the actual gamble here. Okay, yay. At least it was on the last one. Let's leave this one here, and to the frozen shaft, I will put, yeah, because he can go over here. Wow. Nah, you can add to the ice stress over here? The only one I'm confident in is like his, but a 3? What could go wrong? Besides more stress. Haha! And I'm leaving it at that. There, yeah, a 1 and a 2, you ain't, that's 50-50s. On a neutral or a negative, I ain't doing that. Can't do anything else. Okay, next day. Oh, come on. Ooh, he has a 6 though. She got a 6 too. Nice. That ice every time gets me every time. I could use her 6 here, or let's see over here. She can she can actually go over here. I might put her 6 over here. Actually, his 6 would actually work. Yeah, she would actually finish it, but let's at least do the ice sheet this time. I'm gonna use my, oh yeah, this should actually finish it up, my 2 3s. Ooh, I got stress. Okay. Oh, neutral is a little bit of stress. Oh, on me. Oh, that sucks. That's a neutral though? Okay. Well, we're already in the thick of it. So what do we have here? Extract core sample. Okay, so this is open now. Okay, so we might lose a dice out here. Let's put our 6 right here. We can finish this up too. I think the one thing, Mass Effect Planet Probing, man, that brings back memories. That was a really good feature too. Although, yeah, it was a really good feature because it was better than Mass Effect 1, where Mass Effect 1, you could just jump on some of those worlds and just drive around in the Mako. I think it was a Mako truck. That was really cool. Good times. Oh, we got engineering over here. Nice, but we can generate ice stress. Okay. Oh, scavenge data or scavenge hardware. Oh, this is, I don't like danger though, because danger goes down here. Okay, so Bliss and I can work on this. Only I can work on scavenging. What was this place? If you can get one of the terminals started, perhaps you can extract some answers. This place has been abandoned for decades, but perhaps there are some useful components tucked away. So this is for components. This is for data. Oh yeah, I forgot I can push 1 more stress. +4 to my lowest dice. Interesting, okay. I wonder if we should, I don't know if I want to do the push right now, because it's gonna push to 2. Oh yeah, so are you serious? Only he can do the extraction? Oh dang, I need good rolls from you then, bro. I don't know if I want to do I think 50% neutral on a danger still will apply stress to him instead of the ice stress, but you will get some progression, but I don't know if I want to put any more stress on the ice. Okay. I could do a push now, but then that increases the chances of breaking multiple dice. As long as I don't have a 1 in this spot, it'll save it. So I'm thinking of just going to sleep. Because on a danger? I'm gonna try it once though. I like a positive outcome. I love me a good positive outcome. If I do a push, I'll be finished though, which does make sense. Well, the push will could apply to either or. I don't think I'm gonna be lucky like that next time. Because neutral, I think, will add a stress to me. Well, I gotta gamble. Oh, it's just eye stress. I can do that. I think that was neutral too. Nice. So this is done. I think we got some components. And now all that's left is scavenging data, which only I can do. So let's sleep. I didn't have to use a push yet. Oh, well, that means it was a 1, so we didn't need it. So he has a 4. Okay. This is really slow because I have to go off of his. You better take the stress, bro, because we got nothing else. Okay. If I go in here, it's the best I can do is a 3. I think we're not done over here though. I kind of want to do this one. Yeah. Well, it's all the same too. I could do a push too to complete it this turn too. Okay, neutral. I'll take neutral. So neutral is a +1. A positive is probably a +2. So I don't think I need to force a push on any of these rolls. Yeah, I can't. I could try to use this 5 on the other one to speed it up somewhat, but that's going to add more stress to the ice. I appreciate the neutral outcomes. I appreciate that. I kind of want to leave the ice. I don't want to keep adding to the ice stress right now, so let me at least just do one more here and scavenge data. I'll take it. To sleep we go. I think we'll have. Yeah, we got 3. We got plenty of days. I just need good rolls from Eugen, man. Come on. Yeah, of course a 1. Can't really use that 1. Oh, 4 and a 3. Sure. That really sucks, man. This endure. Oh wait, endure. Okay, yeah, I think we need to. I need to at least put. I was gonna put 4 points into this for sure. Yeah, because that endure is. It's killing me right here on this one. I will take a positive outcome. I think neutral gives him stress, so I'll take that too. Yikes, okay. I need him to have like some good rolls, but let's we can finish this one up. Oh, a flickering screen catches your eye in the dark of the bunker. A distorted female face, further refracted by the surrounding ice, stares at you from the terminal with blank white eyes. You move closer, straining to hear her voice, but the recording is silent, or perhaps the terminal's audio output is broken. All you can do is watch the pale face as it contorts through the corruption and noise. It could be explaining some important secret, long forgotten, or just recounting a personal anecdote. It's hard to tell. Circles and curving arcs flash across the face, graphical visualizations of orbits and flight plans. You squint at them, the shapes unknown to you. And then, as soon as it starts, the playback ends, leaving a frozen frame on the screen, a ghost face, circled by orbits. You slot a drive into the terminal and copy what residual data is left, unsure where it might lead you. Once it is done, you shut off the terminal once and for all. As you leave the bunker, the pale face flashes once more in your mind. Those blank eyes, the flat stare. Was that a human or something else? You turn the image over in your mind, unsure of its importance. Okay, so we got like 2 more. I want to be successful at this, but sheesh. I think this does a +4, so it makes another 5. But like, I wish I can like use these dice somewhere else. -2, man, that sucks. Because we're engineers. I will risk it for the biscuits on this one. Oh, damn it. We might fail this contract though. I need 6s from you, Eugen. Like 5 or a 6. Ouch. A 3? She has a 6, so that's something. But it's not enough. Yeah, it's really just not enough, because like 2, 4, I need like so many positive rolls here. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I don't need to use her 3. His 3 is might as well risk it for the biscuits. We're gonna probably fail this contract though. Yep, we failed it. You feel the rumble through your suit, the ice first shifting, a tremor running through it, and then cracking into spidery branching shapes. Sleeper, what did you do? You turn to see a whole section of ice sheet and horrifying signs break away from the surface of the asteroid. As it does, glowing in the sunlight, a cloud of dust washes over you, blotting out the stars. Watch out! Ooh, leap away? Whew. His voice distorting between the soft patter. You see the glittering storm of ice shards and kick off from the surface. You glide up and out as glinting chunks of ice batter your suit. You hold up your arms to protect yourself, deflecting blows as you drift. The storm of shards subsides into a cloud of sparkling particles, and you turn to look at the damage left behind. A large chunk of the ice sheet has broken away. The surface of the asteroid beneath it cracked and fractured. All around the rock, ice and dust drift together, their vector taking them out of the orbit of this small body. That's a lot of cryo-floating Star Wars. Eugen's deep voice cracks through the comms. Maybe we should keep that quiet from Malik. You watch the bright dust of the ice sheet as it tumbles away into the black, large chunks catching the light beautifully as they spin. It's one hell of a sight, but it might turn out to be an expensive mistake. You look across the asteroid and notice something missing, the black shape of the shaft. Whatever secrets were left in there, they've been buried forever. Well, darn it. Oh wait, why'd I end it? Oh, that's stupid. And I broke another thing. Don't do as I do, y'all. Don't do as I do, but we need to leave. You need to leave! Wait, contract incomplete. Either through success or failure you can return. It is failed though. Oh, I see. So I just wasted a day for no reason. There we go. The sample core, a long and weighty cylinder of cloudy ice, comes up out of the borehole cleanly. It glows in the sunlight, catching the rays in its frosted interior. What a beaut! Eugen rumbles through the comms. Looks drinkable to me. Hell, I'd be happy to slice it up and drop a few chunks in a glass of rack. Let's not melt it down for liquid refreshment just yet. Seraphin chimes in. It's likely packed with unpleasant impurities. The question is, are they the kind of impurities the far spindle can filter out? Seeing as we've already lost a chunk of the ice off this rock, let's try to get that core up here without breaking it, shall we? You start the journey back up to the ship, dragging the sample core with you. As you do, you look back down at the asteroid, wondering if it might be the bargaining chip Malik has been looking for. You'll know soon enough. Contract complete. Extract the coal without spoiling the hull. Okay, I think I spoiled the hall. Map and leave. It was that Endura though. If I didn't have that Endura, we would be okay, and that's okay. On the journey back from the asteroid, you poured over the test Malik had given you to run, improvising the necessary equipment from your mess. Each one produced spools of data, much of which you couldn't parse. Arriving into the vicinity of the far spindle, you broadcast these strings of data to Malik's personal terminal on the Springtide, as instructed. Despite all this preparation, you are still surprised when you find Malik standing at the far side of the docking tunnel as you leave the rig. Sleeper, he nods neatly at you. I thought it was better I come down here, away from my crew, to discuss your findings. And the findings were straight to the point. He clasped his hands. Good. As I suspected, the asteroid was indeed rich with water ice. Thankfully, the contaminants can be dealt with. He speaks matter-of-factly, portraying little emotion. With the data you provided, I should be able to convince the Far Spindle administration of its worth. Then we're good? He smiles. That remains to be seen. Before I make payment, I would like to ask in person if you saw anything else of consequence. Anything to share with me that might affect my dealings with the Far Spindle. He folds his arms across his chest. I would prefer not to have any surprises when they go to retrieve the water. The image of a section of the glittering ice, shattered, lost, spinning into the black, flashes before your eyes. Malik patiently awaits your answer. I'm gonna be truthful here. It's gonna suck, but this is just how I feel about it. You tell Malik about the part of the ice sheet that broke away and the loss of a good portion. As you do, he grips the bridge of his nose and looks down. Thank you for your honesty. His expression is pain. It is possible that I can still negotiate the Springtide's release, but not without exchanges I did not wish to make. There must be consequences, of course. Malik reaches to his pocket and produces a stack of cryochits bound carefully with a strip of paper. He breaks the paper seal and splits the stack. 120. He hands you part of the stack. Do not ask for more. You take the chits and quickly tuck them away. You take his advice and stay quiet. With that, our business is concluded, Sleeper. I must speak with the administration to negotiate the release of my ship and then prepare for immediate departure. The Syndicate will be eager for my successful return. Farewell. He glides away from the dock, leaving behind a growing fear deep inside you. I'll take it. 120 is still 120. 250 would have been better, but hey. Out of supplies, so we can refill on that. And I will go. Oh, we got rid of all the stress. So let us let's fix ourselves up here. Rare components. Here. So every time you fix yourself up, a glitch occurs. I see. Interesting. I got some money. Let's go explore. I want to make more money. Actually, no, that signals thing, that was interesting, actually. Let's go up here real quick. Let's refill on fuel and supplies. I will take that. Back to normal. Oh, it's fixed up. Nice. And this, I want to actually put more here. Makes use of the network, synchronizing them as specialist work. The signal station searches for signals in the Far Spindle's local region. Sorting them is too much. I'm just gonna try these out. Okay. Align the arrays. Okay. Okay, I got a location before. Still don't. I guess it was that other one that we saw before. Yeah, let's go throw the rest of these in the engineering bit, because that'll actually make them valuable here. Oh hey, Solheim data. Data left behind from the corporation that once owned Helion. You can probably sell that somewhere. Nice. Oh yeah, gotta get his spores. And otherwise, I think we are done here. I think we will head to, yeah, I can get to Holmes Rock around through Helion's Gate though, so. I think we'll eventually come back and we can go and do that contract later, so. That's fine. Cool. All in a day's work, except we're gonna have some glitch dices here in a second. Oh, I forgot. I left myself with, I left myself starving. I don't have to do that though. Where's it at? Here we go. And I got a glitch dice. There's nothing else really to do. I can throw it over here though. Align those arrays. I'm guessing we could just move. Well, before we move, I can just put this all into getting some money then. All those successes. I'll take that though. We don't have no raw scrap. I don't think we need. Oh, I could buy some more scrap though. That's 22 cryo. That's expensive. That's a lot of cryo. Yeah, let's go. Let's move to. Let's go to Helion's Gate because. I don't think because Hexport is, the scatter yards are over there. I don't think we can get over there at the moment. So we're trapped here in this corridor, except for like right here. Actually, I think we can get to Greenbelt from over here too, so. Let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle! Oh, that's interesting. Helion Gate hangs over the rig. Its corroded arches resemble the dislocated vertebrae of some vast... Ooh, let me close that. There we go. Of some vast, long-dead serpent. That's one big, ugly scrap pile. Seraphim wrestles from the pilot suit. Solheim didn't like to build them small. A monument to hubris. He shoots you a sideways glance. You feeling poetic, Sleeper? Got to be big if you want to fit every ship that visits the system through it. Bliss cuts in from the back of the cockpit. Impressive, really. Building something so massive out here. Solheim liked to impress visitors, sure. Seraphim leans forward, looking for the best place to enter this structure, but they also like to scan entire ships and impound those that didn't enter through the gate. He catches your eye, looking for some agreement, not the most admirable qualities. Solheim was a curse on this system. Better off without him, that's for sure. I agree, but without them, this system would just be two gas giants and a load of rocks. No harm in recognizing it. I like where, at least Bliss, I'm with Bliss at least. It's like, without the bare minimum, yeah, we wouldn't be on this rock. You look out of the cockpit towards the gate. Its layers of systems and rooms slowly opening to the void, peeling away cycle after cycle to reveal the bones underneath. This is where Jean Me mentioned you might be able to find the location of a ship with a prime ship mind among the old shipping manifest and Solheim records. You look over the towering structure of the gate. This is going to take some work. Ooh. This is going to be nice. Suddenly, a flash high up on the gate catches your eye, a light turning on and off again for a moment. You lose track of it. I'm going to say, is this place inhabited? He raises an eyebrow. I doubt it. He winks and smiles. You hoping for a station-side bar? I have a feeling you'll be disappointed unless we find an executive's old liquor cabinet. Bliss pats you on the shoulder and drifts out of the cockpit. Time to see what secrets the gate has left. Oh, this is cool. Oh yeah, because we can't stay here that long. Customs hall. Scan the hall. Explore the corridors. Okay, what else do we have here? We have Solheim records. Is there engineering work? Yes, there is. Idle Minds. I am going to work on this bit right here, because that's success right there. Identifying a ship with a viable ship mind means pouring through the records of Solheim shipping lanes. Ooh, nice. In the dark and airless void of the archives, something flickers. You have been working in the dark, picking through the guts of corroded machines, skimming the data in their corrupt memories, digging through a graveyard in search of ghosts. But now, with another flicker, the place begins to come back to life. All along the rows of benches, some of them crushed by fallen ceiling panels, terminals begin to flicker into uneasy life, a cacophony of distorted sounds accompanying the machines, as some of them immediately glitch and spark. Did you do this? You stand frozen as the archive glitters around you with a million shipping entries. The stream of information is overwhelming. Node graphs drawing out routes and inventories, tracing a web around you in pale cyan. Suddenly, they all shut off. The terminals blinking out together, leaving a single translucent screen glowing softly in the dim room. And in that dim room, drifting towards you out of the dark, you see a figure. Is this what you are looking for? The voice crackles aggressively through your suit's local comms. Who are you? Sleeper. Is that you? Judy! That's Judy! I was just talking about her. I thought she blew up. Sleeper, is that you? You hear Junie's voice now, tense and unsure. She stops beside the single online terminal, her suited form lit in pale light. Judy! You hear the smile in her voice. Good to see you again. She pauses and glances around, though the venue is a little unexpected. What are you doing here? I'm searching these archives too, although slightly less forcefully than you. I did have this whole speech prepared for whatever salvager was ripping through these archives so messily, not to mention aggressively, but now that I know it was you, well, I'm just glad to see you. Although, you really need to be more careful. You could have taken the entire archive down the way you were working with it. These machines are decades old. You can't just rifle through them like they were a scrap pile. I saw the pattern of your queries, a prime ship mine equipped ship, still operational at the collapse, last located in the region around Helion Gate. You can feel how pleased she is with herself from here. That about right? Nicely done. She nods. Would you expect anything else? That's why I did the hard work for you. Junie beckons you over to the lone lit up terminal. You drift over and see a single point, a faded transit trail beside it, sunward from the Helion Gate. Something like this, maybe? She smiles and steps aside so you can see the screen. You check the info pane inside beside the map. Ship mine in use. Abandoned by all hands after the collapse. Tantalizingly in reach. What can I say? Try, thank you, Junie. But Junie turns and then the glow of the terminal meets your eye with complete seriousness. The question is, what do you want it for? I'll talk about my body. You tell her what Jean Me told you about your shifting body, transformed by some unknown influence, about the need for a prime ship mine to house your emulated mind while he runs a diagnostic process. She is silent for a moment, unsure how to respond. I'm sorry, Sleeper, but I think I can help you. I want to come with you. Junie gives you a strong look. Do you know how often someone gets out to one of those old Solheim wrecks? They are more trouble than they are worth, but contained inside, there's an entire history to uncover. Uncover and take, you mean? This isn't like last time, I promise. I have no interest in the ship mine, but everything else, it's too big a chance to pass up. I know I can't force you or trick you into taking me. That's why I wanted to offer you this instead. She indicates the terminal, still showing the ship's final resting place. I hope that maybe, if I helped you find what you needed, it would show I can be trusted. I don't know, Junie. How did you escape Hexport? With great difficulty, she sighs. An evacuation was called, and I managed to get on board an outbound ship. I didn't see you in the chaos, so I'm glad to see you now. Think about my offer, Sleeper. I'll send the coordinates to your ship. I'll be hanging around the gate until you are ready to leave. She shifts in front of the terminal and plugs in her deck, tapping away at rapid speed. If you need to get supplies from the spindle or anything else, fine. She folds her arms. I'll wait. But if you go on this job without me, I'll get the message. You won't see me again. With that, you leave her in the archive, extracting data as you ascend back to Helion Gate's upper levels. Contract on map. The ship mine wreck. Will we have enough? Oh, like she said, if you need to go back to get fuel, I understand, but it took 4 to get here, right? Let me see. Yeah, it took 4 to get here, so. I only have so many supplies. Customs haul. Once the main checkpoint for entry, the Helion Gate lies dark and broken, but is not without its secrets. Interesting. I will scan the hall with this glitch dice. Take that. I think this is where like you will just make yourself a meal. Oh, nice. Scavenge for fuel. And then +1 per hub cycle and +3 per travel. Can I not? Oh yeah, cool. I will at least make a meal. I'm glad she's alive, so. She says she's gonna be at the gate. I mean, I should have just said, sure, come on, like, let's go, but like, not right now. I just wanted to at least find everything. Okay. There's nothing else here. Okay, so is it, like, she said she's gonna be at the gate, right? I want to take her. She said you can go back to whatever and go get some fuel. I'm gonna go back, not to Flotsam, but to the far spindle. But is she here? I think before we go, I think she's gonna probably pop up. Okay, so let's finish this bit up. A new location is discovered. Where? Derelict fuel barge. Well, well, well. We can scavenge for fuel. That's interesting. I don't know how to feel about this one because, oh, that endure every time, man. It's gonna make my stuff look bad. The best I can get on this is a 4, so yeah, no, let's not waste that here. Let's go and at least put these good ones over here real quick. Another location. What else we got? The seized cargo. Search for supplies. Oh. I mean, I just need 4 points. Maybe I should just go and do Seraphin's, go do like this drive here, go get 2 points from that and just figure out what to do to get another upgrade point. Right. Let's continue. You may take my energy, but you cannot take my will. Thank you. Gate structure. Cut away the scrap or data scraping. The gate's network collapsed long ago, but there's data to be found in the old terminals and servers inside the structure. Oh, okay. So at least you know you can refuel here if your endure isn't that bad. So wait, is she gonna be with me? I should have just said I trusted her. I'm very tight now. Cause she said that. She said, if you go by me, you won't see me ever again. But wait. Come back. Yeah, we're always gonna have 6 fuel when we get here, and then it's just the supplies part. But I kind of want to tackle these things. Let me at least do 1-6. Actually, wait. We could try to go for the fuel now, because I have 6s. I think for me, I would at least like to try on the fuel one time. Ooh, nice. 2 fuel. That ain't bad. I can take that. And then that's for supplies, which, I mean, just need 1 supply. Let's do some data scraping. Oh, okay. I don't want to lose any more energy and all that stuff, though. At least we're not going to gain stress here. I don't know when this is going to be, when I'm going to be able to sell that, but hey, why not? Come on now. Ouch. Yeah, I'm not touching that again. And I think that's honestly it here. I'm fine. I don't want to lose any more energy. I kind of want to go and at least get it. Let me see something here. There was a contract, but that was for other stuff. Okay, so let's just see. Confirm. Oh, okay, cool. I was about to say, I'm gonna take her. And so she has the intuition. Looks like you can add. Oh no, intuition. Oh, plus. Yeah, she's gonna be really good. I'm gonna take him because I'm already an engineer, so... Actually, wait a minute. I don't have enough supplies. What if we need all of these supplies? I am a person that I'm going to go back here. Yeah, I'll be at 4 again, though. Then I have to pay, but then I'm going back just for 1 supply. You know what? I'll take the handicap. He at least goes with my weakness right now with endure, and this is fine. Take the contract. Let's try this. Ouch. Oh, because I left on an empty stomach? We're too far sunward, Sleeper. Seraphim turns back in his chair to look at you. I don't like it. It's hard not to agree. The coordinates Junie found have drawn you out of Helion Gate and almost out of the belt completely, into the soft, rubble-strewn transition with the Helion system to the edge of Conway-controlled space. That's why this ship is likely to be untouched. Junie surveys the wreck coldly. Oh, so Seraphim is out because the explosion that happened from the hex port, because he has like broken ribs and a broken arm and stuff like that. So he's just out right now. I don't know if he's like completely out for the rest of the game, but that's what's happening with him right now. Let me see. Junie surveys the wreck coldly. It's too far. I hope it's temporary, but we'll see. It's too far somewhere for belt traffic to run into, and now with Conway drones patrolling the edge of the belt, it's even less attractive as a salvage site. Lucky us. Junie eyes you, trying to detect if you're being sarcastic or not. I doubt anyone has been here in decades, so actually, I would say we are lucky. Any drone signals? Yeah, see, he got this is like a thing for his broken ribs, and then this is for his arm right here, which I don't know how long he's gonna have it on, so... Nothing I can see, but I don't dare reach out too far. We should assume they're out there. Oh, this stress is gonna suck, because like, these could be 1s and I'm down to 3 dice. And then eventually down to 1. Yuck. As you look out that twisted wreck, you swear you see a red light blinking between the stars. Is it that right there? Oh, that's not it. I was about to say. You exchange a look with Seraphim. He has seen it too. We better get to it, Sleeper. Quickly and quietly. From what I understand, Conway drones run on automatic until they detect something of interest, so as long as we are quiet, we don't have to contend with an operator, just automated search sweeps. With no weapons, I'd say we are screwed either way. He shoots you a wink. I'd say better not be seen, right, Sleeper? He gets up out of the corner seat and glides towards the back of the ship to get suited up. You drift out of your chair and head towards the airlock, unable to shake the feeling of being watched. Being here is a risk, you know that, but you need this ship mine, so no matter what happens, you won't be leaving here empty-handed. I hope not. Okay, so this is just me. So not him, but both of us here. Ooh, yeah. So her 3 will turn into a 4 then. Nice. That's also why that's why you brought her. So. It doesn't really matter. Explore the ship. I mean, but I don't think this really changes anything at all. It's all about tracing the ship mine, so at the end of the day. Okay. I get no additional pluses here. Took a stress, of course. I don't want to take another stress. I don't want to take that risk. But he can take that risk. Actually, yeah, because it'll be a -2. Yeah, you can try it. Nice. At least give me a neutral. There we go. Junie leads you deep into the wreck, through crushed and twisted corridors, floating panels and wires appearing suddenly in your headlamps like strange sculptures. Just as you begin to tire of the endless dark and the haze of particle washing over your suit, Junie leads you into a chamber where the ceiling is torn open to reveal the stars. At its center lies a cylindrical object, half your height but raised on a complex pedestal, from which countless thick cables snake off into the dark like braided hair. One or two of them float freely, waving back and forth with glinting, severed ends, but most of them disappear into the floor and walls, or twist and curve out of sight. Beautiful, isn't it? Junie stares at the prime ship mine, the stars reflected in her faceplate. Not bad. Junie glides over to the pedestal, pushing her way delicately through the wires as she takes out her terminal and looks for an access port. She talks, softly, her voice carried through the ship comms. These cables lead off to every one of the ship systems. Engines, life support, navigation, lighting, networking, you name it. Shipmine has hardwired access to them all. When an old ship like this was running well, the ship mine would distribute itself, some of its protocols running freely in different sections. It would be less like a single governing mine and more like a load of systems clumped together to form a complex living machine. Think of a plant rather than a being, a plant with incredibly rapid processing power and a much more accelerated response time than your average tree. You watch as she finds an access port and slips a cable inside, sliding a translucent screen onto the top edge of her deck. Let's see here. Junie's screen fills with bright scrolling data. Incredible. There's so much here. She hits a few keys. I'll start copying this over. It's everything I need. You watch as Junie starts rapidly tapping at her keyboard, her attention sucked into the data she is extracting. Wait a second. Wait for her to notice. You wait quietly in the ruined chamber, watching the stars through the ripped roof. You can understand Junie's insatiable curiosity. These wrecks are incredible. She suddenly snaps out of her trance. Right, where were we? The ship mine. Let me check. As I thought. So like I was saying, the protocols inside the ship mine are distributed, so when the ship mine is shut down unexpectedly, the protocols are rarely all contained in this unit. She places a hand gently on the cylinder. As is the case here, parts of it are trapped elsewhere in the ship systems nodes, which is a problem. Why does it matter? And there's always a problem. Luckily, you have me. If we rip this thing out now with parts of its protocols elsewhere, it's probably going to destroy itself the moment we turn it on. It doesn't matter that we are going to wipe the whole thing anyway. It'll be too late. The mine inside the ship mine will be broken. But if we find the nodes housing the distributed parts, power them up, and then disconnect them, the protocols will be sent right back into this ship mine here, and we can take it out clean. How do we find the nodes? We either ask the cradle very nicely, or we spend the next cycles following these cables to see where they lead. I've got an incoming signal. Seraphine's voice suddenly cuts through the comms, urgent, nervous. If you're lighting up the systems and networks down there, time to stop. You hear a click as Junie disconnects from the cradle and the two of you exchange nervous looks, instinctively backing off from the ship mine. Suddenly, a faint red light glitters in the dark, beyond the broken ceiling. You hold still. The moment stretches out and you hear Junie's breathing through the comms. The light flashes, pauses, and then fades. You take a breath. Too close. Conway drone, sniffing the network. We're clear, he chimes again. I've turned off almost all the rig systems, but we need to be careful. Keep network activity to a minimum. Understood, but we will need to access the network to get this ship mine out quickly. Then I hope you are feeling lucky. There's a click as Seraphine closes the line. You and Junie look at each other again, and then at the ship mine, encased in its cradle, wrapped in cables. This isn't going to be easy. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be easy. Now I got stress on me. Oh, this is hers. Oh no, this is his. So he can track cables, and she and I can work on the hack cradle. So actually, yeah, a 3 with a danger. That means I'm gonna get a stress on a neutral. I don't like those odds. I don't know how far away we are. So I'd rather just take the risk right now. If only I can get rid of the stress, but I can't. Of course. That's a good sign. I got some good ones. She has a good one. He has a 4. I might use his 4, but she got a 6. Love that success. I'm in control, sleeper. Okay, that's fair. I didn't get the positive that I wanted. I could finish this up by adding stress, but I'd rather just... I don't want to take that chance. She can take the chance. No, because that's... Well... I mean, that's going to be a +2. I don't want to take that chance. For him, that's going to be a 2 as well. His 4... Let's see if his 4 can get us through. Yeah! New locations. Okay. Oh, I got engineering. Oh, +2, okay. I just need to have enough dices. That's all I need. Oh, wait a minute. She can... Oh, it's just me on this one. She can do this one, but it's danger. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to rest. I pray that I don't get ones. Oh my god, of course. Alright, let's start working on these. Okay, cool. She has a 4, which will put that up to a 5. This helps out somewhat. My thing will go up to a 4, but I can either accrue stress. If we get a positive, it's a +2. Negative will be a +1, and then that's just ugh. His would be a 3 on danger. I mean, it's the same kind of risk. Ho ho! It's ready, Sleeper. Junie's voice comes quietly through your comms. You look over to her, floating beside the cradle, uplit by the pale screen of her deck. She gives you a reassuring nod. You turn to the prime ship mine, now floating above its cradle, the final nodes disconnected and the locks released. You glide over and gently grab it, the warm metal casing gleaming in the dim light. As you do, you feel a strange sensation of something moving around inside, like a creature in the box. The weight shifting this way and that under the pressure of your grip. It suddenly dawns on you that Gene Me plans to put you inside this strange device, to hold your mind there while he investigates your body. The thought prompts a shiver. That drone's still sniffing around, Sleeper. So if you have what you need, let's go. You feel Junie's hand fall on your shoulder. Come on, Sleeper, don't overthink it. There will be plenty of time for that later. You look up and see a faint red light glittering in the dark beyond the broken ceiling. Time to leave. Contract complete. Sleeper Prime. Extract the prime ship mine without alerting Conway. Yee. I call that a good contract. Ooh, we're not gonna say nice end cycle. Map. Leave. Arriving back at the Helion Gate, as lonely and cold as it is, feels like a relief. There was a tension in the rig as you came back out of the inner system, a watchfulness for errant signals and glinting red beacons that choked the conversation. But now, floating in the comforting shadow of this vast ruin, the sense of relief is palpable. That's one prime ship mine, condition unknown, retrieved. Seraphim runs the engine shutdown protocols as he speaks. I'd mark that as a success. We cut it a little close. Nope, agreed, thank you. He waves your way your thanks. We're a crew, we work together. Sleeper, can I speak with you? Junie asks from the back of the cockpit. Of course. She leads you out into the passage, tucking herself against the wall. She looks small, even in this compact space. Thank you for taking me with you. I hope I proved I am trustworthy. I never doubted you. That's nice to hear. Thank you. In my time here in the Belt, I haven't found it easy to make friends, she falters, tripping over her words slightly, but you, Sleeper, well, I hope you consider me a friend at least. I would. She can't help but smile. I'm glad. Then I would like to ask you something. She pauses. Would you consider taking me with you on the rig? She blurts out, and then before you can answer, I think I would be of help for your diagnostic, and in the meantime, I can take a look at the ship mine, make sure it is ready, and... Yes, Junie, you can. She stops speechless. She looks down at her hands and then back up at you. Okay. She smiles. Thank you. She looks down again. I will find a bunk. And she quickly glides off down the corridor before you can say anything further. Another stray collected. Seraphim puts a hand on your shoulder. Quite the refuge we are building here. He gives you a sly smile. You don't approve? He shrugs. You know, I've actually started to warm to this one. She's all right by me. He smiles and pushes off from your shoulder, gliding towards the engine room. You look towards the bunks, but Junie is already out of sight, likely unpacking already. The ship is getting a little crowded, but you are starting to realize you like it like that. At the very least, she'll prove invaluable when you get to Flotsam. I keep saying Flotsam. And have to deal with Jean Me. Perhaps she'll even have a read on the old man. You pause for a second, appreciating the warmth, the hum of the rig and its inhabitants. This ship, you think, is starting to feel like home. The data archaeologist. Recruit Junie. Nice. Well, we have enough fuel, I think, to make it back. And yeah. Because I don't think there's anything else here. Unless you want to extract data, which I will. That's a 6. Can't say no to that. Thank you. Alright, let's get out of here. Map. Just enough fuel. We can refuel over here and keep going. Alright, alright, alright. I got a 3, I got a 1, and a 2. Well, this 3 will give me some money here. That turns to a 5. Got a lot of stuff here. Rare components, some scrap. How much is it to fix myself with scrap? Because I would like to save some of these rare components. It takes 2, so I can at least buy 1. At least save 1. Uh-oh. Here goes the music. Dance break, everybody. Dance. Just dance. Alright. So we got 2 scrap. Oh, fun fact, dancing actually helps make you feel better. Do a little dance for yourself. You deserve it. And we will go and fix up our dice. At least one of them with scrap. Where's my scrap? Oh, it's engine components. Scrap! Whoa! Some of them burnt. Whoa, instructions unclear. Tripped over feet. You feel a flickering pain. Okay. It didn't fix all of them yet. Right, okay. So I got 5 glitch dice to worry about. Cool. I have enough food. Yeah, I'm at a 2, and I can fill it up tomorrow. Alright. Got a glitch dice here. I'm gonna throw it over here. That's actually smart. You can throw them over here. Look at the crew! Alright, we want, I would say, fuel or supplies. I mean, we're gonna probably buy them all today, so. Gain some money, if you will. So engineering comes in hand here. Almost got 200 cryo. That's what I'm talking about. I got that bank again. I got that money. It's the money. I'm about to go to the Geyer. I'm about to buy everyone a shot. Well, me. I'm sorry, crew. By everyone, I mean all of me. All right, let's refill up on everything here. Supplies, fuel, and we can move on then. What sucks is I wish I can fix this bottom thing, but I think that's okay. I think that's like one of those, I don't know. I think this is unclear to me. I guess it's just something you can't fix. You just gotta wait for it to break and then you can fix it all over again. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I do want to do this gambling thing, but that requires having engage, and that's my weakness. And that is my weakness. You can't even get it, so... Oh well. Off to the stars. Let us go back to Flotsam, because, I mean, the only other thing is going to Holmes Rock. I'm trying to think. I think this might be 8 to get to Holmes Rock, so... But the short route, I would like to get that Has suit. Oh, I forgot to check that. The Greenbelt. I forgot about that. We were over there. Oh, yeah, I don't think we had the... We don't have the feel for that. Yeah, we don't have the feel for that. We'll come back for the Greenbelt, maybe, in another episode. Or if we have time, maybe. Well, let's go to Flotsam and see what Jean Me has to say. Yuck. I know where to throw you at. Well, I don't have to spend it, I just like not having to look at it. Actually, I wonder if it's here, I think you have to use it. I forget. Regardless. Buy engine components. Wow, it costs 50? Got 99. Old Takahe. Work the hydroponics, I don't want to. This is the tanker. You can buy scrap components. You can buy fuel. I will buy that fuel. Always fill your fuel. Narrow escape. Right. Oh yeah, she is out here. Can we do that real quick? Okay. Well, I'm staring at a whole thing in my whole thing for the story right here. Let's at least get this, and we can do that contract, which is good. Here's your prime ship mine, good sir. Come, let's get you inside. Jean Me swings open the creaking, corroded door beside his booth. Such a prize must have levied a heavy cost. You glance beside you to Junie, who insisted she came along, and on not letting the prime ship mine out of her sight. Your friend too, yes, please, come in. Jean Me beckons and then turns back and disappears inside. She squints at you. Are you sure you trust this one? I do. Lead on, I guess. You both squeeze through the door and drift down into the workshop. You are aware of Junie's eyes wandering across the piles and piles of tech on either side, and you wonder if she recognizes anything among the junk. Sit, sleeper. Jean Me is already at the chair, arranging his array of articulated arms. And I'll take that ship mine if you please. Hand it over. You hold the ship mine in front of you and give it a small push so it floats gently over to Jean Me. He grasps it with both hands and takes it to a neat little work table in the back you didn't see before, where thick cables float lazily, tethered to the wall. I think I know some people. I know at least one person that would probably be a tinkerer with all this tech all over. You slide into the chair, hooking your feet behind the bar to hold yourself in place, and watch as Jean Me begins connecting up the prime ship mine. A tremble of nervousness runs along your arms. Suddenly you feel Junie's hand clasped around your own. You look over into her face. Is this okay? I want you to know I'm here. I prefer if you didn't. Yeah, sure, thank you. She nods silently. She's also a ride or die. She just wants to connect, and she has issues with connecting. That's a nice keyboard right there, though. It's a nice keyboard. Jean Me, Junie calls across the room. You're going to need to talk us through what you are about to do. Of course. Jean Me is slotting an arm-thick cable into the ship mine. A little patience, please. All of this is very technical. He turns to face you both. What is your friend's name, Sleeper? Junie. She answers for you, and I can tell you that you are using a Solheim-built data cradle, modified to handle a prime ship mine. She rattles off at a speed, which will work as long as you manage the data flow through a polymer-clad overflow cable looped into the asynchronous Cortex cache. Yes, he eyes her, a small smile crossing his lips. As I said, technical. What will happen to me? He refocuses on you. It depends, he says while preparing the far end of that thick cable, what you are referring to as me. The problem we have is with your frame, your body, atypical alterations, biosynthetic recoding, unusual growth. Actually, you know what? I think Jean Me is practically, he could be a bioengineer in his own right. I think he would love it. I think so, yeah. As he shakes his head, from the diagrammatics I have, these are not typical of frames. Even those that have been rebooted as you have. In order to investigate safely, I must transplant your emulation. In basic terms, your mind, but in reality, not so basic. He smiles in an attempt at reassurance. Your emulation is an emulation of a human, and a human mind cannot be separated from its sensorium. The mind-body paradigm has been long disproved. Cognition has a physical basis. For all you scientists out there you go. So, I must first distribute the emulation between your hardware and the prime ship mind. The hardware will co-run the emulation like the two lobes of a brain. He puts his hands together as if in prayer, and then slowly separates them. The motion makes you feel sick. Then, for a short period, I will disconnect the two. In those moments, you will, in a sense, be in two places at once, though each lobe will be partial. Too long in this state and the two partial emulations would decay, but each disconnect will allow me a short period of full access to your entire frame in its base system language. I hope this is understandable. Jean Mi gives you a serious look. One of the most curiously human aspects of sleeper experience is that you too do not inherently understand or conceive of the systems that allow your existence. I understand. He nods softly, closing his eyes. Now, before I connect to your frame, let us activate the ship mind. Jean Mi gestured to Junie. Please, if you would like to come with me and oversee the process, I would be pleased. Junie shoots you a reassuring glance and then glides over to the ship mind, obscuring your view of it. You hear quiet conversations between the two of them, their silhouettes lit by the flickering screen light of scrolling lines of code. You take a calming breath, but are instantly aware of how superfluous that action is when your frame requires no oxygen at all to function. There's a certain sensation that accompanies such thoughts, a jarring disconnection, like when descending a staircase, your foot expects a step and finds void instead. You try to calm the growing anxiety as Junie and Jean Mi assess the mind. The ship mind is pristine. Junie turns back and drifts towards you. Our care in its extraction seems to have paid off. This is good news. Junie is indeed right. You have done well. I am, however, seeing only minor traces of the protocol that the ship mind was designed to house, the one that ran the ship it was installed in. I would expect to see it in full. He angles his head and lifts his shoulders in a low shrug, but protocols are not easy to track. In the end, it only saves us the step of extracting it from the mind. Instead, I simply wipe the traces. Jean Mi stops beside you. A protocol is not like an emulation, like your emulation. It has no integral physical element. It is data only, and therefore could be anywhere in that ship. In the end, its absence does not concern me. It concerns me. Because I do remember it wiggling. So like, am I about to get mixed up? Let's get on with it then. He nods and lifts the far end of the thick cable you saw earlier. You know this is the end that will connect to the port on the back of your head. Junie settles beside you again. She gives you a silent look. It's time. You turn to one side to allow access to the port, your eyes fixed on the far wall. You see something among the pile of tech there that you haven't noticed before. A small metal skull-like head, like that of a doll. You frown, trying to focus on the head, and then the cable connects. You are split like a cell dividing, wrenched in two directions at once. The world goes dark and the cloud rushes in to fill the gap at your center. Where am I? You ask a question in your mind and you feel it travel across the gaps as it forms, like a finger drawn across your scalp from ear to ear. But not scalp. You have no scalp, no head. You are stretched out like the skin of a drum, looped like the string of a noose. The smallest vibration echoes across yourself like a ripple across a puddle. And then you feel it, a strong pulse, like a heartbeat, like thunder, like footsteps. A flickering. Oh. A trembling. A thought coming into being. I am. Oh, I'm not Iron Man, but wow. The thought flickers in front of you and you recognize that it is not your own. Assist, a burial. Assist, offer help. Assist, a sickness. Disintegrate, the thought answers. Wait. Oh, because it's disintegrating. You fold up in blankness, then a moment after you unfold like waking. Partition, to divide. Apparition, to appear. Perdition, to suffer. To appear. Dwelling. Indwell. The thought answers. You stretch into infinitude, then a moment after you contract like waking. In spirit, to haunt inside. Inspire, to grow inside. Instill, to flow inside. Substitute, substrate, the thought answers. Then it approaches, then it enters. Then it is yours. Oh shoot! You split, then the moment after you reform like waking. And in the cracks, and in the cracks that seal up. For a moment in those cracks, something glows. Sleeper, I'm here. Your eyes flicker open like shutters. Junie's face is closed, her eyes wide. They're awake! She calls over your head. She looks back at you. Easy now, take it slow. You twist, floating, turning your head as if you were underwater, feeling the resistance of a body you had already forgotten. How long has it been? You feel a weight you haven't felt in. You're okay, sleeper. Tell us you are there. What happened? The process was successful. Jean-Mi floats beside the chair. If I was in 0G gravity, I would probably sit like this. Just like how Jean-Mi is. That looks so cool, because he's not sitting down in a chair, he's just floating. He's like, how you doing today? I was able to access the frame directly without your emulation being present. I ran the administrator level diagnostic processes built into its system and received the results. He takes a moment to gather himself. Your frame is indeed changing. The protein chains that code your biosynthetic organs group cell replacements have been altered. To put it simply, your body is following a new set of instructions. How? This process? The entire replacement of your protein chains could only have been achieved over multiple doses of a specialized substance as part of a carefully planned process of total substitution. That word sticks into your mind, substitution. You say it without thinking. Yes, Jean-Mi reacts as if you were speaking to him. I believe it would have been achieved with one substance as the carrier, stabilizer. The drug Essen aren't designed to make you dependent on them. The drug Lane fed you to keep you alive. The drug you thought you had escaped. My stabilizer was laced with something? That is what I believe. Jean-Mi looks apologetic. This kind of process, Jean-Mi hesitates now, and you realize the bad news is yet to come. Performed over many doses, carefully planned and designed. I cannot think of a way it can be reversed. I can say that you are changing, I can tell you how it was achieved, but I can neither stop it nor tell you its ultimate end. I am sorry. I understand. I'm sorry, Sleeper. Junie struggles to find words. Perhaps we can find someone else, or try again? You don't feel able to respond. You quietly push yourself away from the chair, your thoughts slow to cohere. You glide back to the door and then out, into the flow of flotsam, the noise and activity passing by you like smoke. In the haze, you find that word again, substitute, and begin to wonder what exactly it is that you are becoming. Seraphim once more finds you in your bunk. He gently prods you with questions, and you quickly relent. You explain what Jean-Mi said about your suspicions regarding Lane and your confusion as to his motivation. You tell him you don't know what this will mean for you in the future. He listens, and when he's done listening, you both sit and wait for a moment to pass. And then you leave the rig, each on your own errands, each knowing that the only option is to keep going until you are forced to stop. Damn. 2 points. I'm not putting it here. I'm gonna wait for, I gotta get this Endure out of here, because oof. So we have one more major, that is Find Seraphin's Sister. And we have 2 minors, actually Investigate Hexport, which we have to go back for Cadet on, and then getting the spores from the Green Belt. So let's make some money real quick. Is it on the Ferris Taker? No, it is, where is it at? I'm just trying to make some bread. That's maintenance, that's integration. Just making sure this is everything. That's a bar. We can buy a meal. We can work the hydroponics, which we're not gonna do. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw one right here. Ooh, we got raw scrap. Oh, they let you take a little scrap as thanks. Nice. They will pay for anyone skilled with meshing networks. Oh, sure, but there's nothing wrong with raw scrap. Oh, just energy. Okay. So let's go and do the stranded rig. We're practically maxed out. Let's go do this contract. Ooh. So this is recover stranded rig. So I would take... I'm always going to have Eugen. He covers my weakness. She can do engineering, but she has this. I'm going to probably go with... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Can't run by his toe. No. Junie! Hopefully I didn't make the wrong choice. Oh, the glitch. Okay, keep your hands where I can see them. Where I can see them. The voice crackles over the open channel of your suit comms as you near the stranded rig. You slow your approach a little as you move towards the ship, its shape lumpy and skeletal in the distant light of the sun. Just give the word, sleeper. Eugen gives you a dark look, already forgetting this is supposed to be a recovery contract. Eugen is like, no matter what happens, I'm here for you. Like, hey, we going guns in? We going guns heavy? Let's do it. Oh wow, that's a good roll. You look up at the stranded ship ahead. Clearly, they are feeling a bit exposed. We're here to help. Well, I figured that, the voice returns. Otherwise, I would have put a hole in that shiny rig of yours already. You arrive at the side of the rig. I do like how the mouse move just tweaks it. Inspecting the damage as you do. Half the hull plating and big chunks of the internal structure seem to be missing, but you have a feeling that this is not what you... Oh, I should have just brought old girl. Because engineering. But oh well. The airlock opens and you move inside. The interior all exposed wires and metal framework. The systems wheeze and shudder as it cycles. Oh! Well, she's been here for a little bit, so it makes sense. Nothing of value here, so if you're looking to steal something, you are welcome to it. Alma greets you plainly inside the rig. You do the work that's needed, and I'll let you take your half. I'll let you take your half of the haul. Understood. Well, all right then. Her face is as placid and unchanging as a rock. Here's the short of it. Engine's conked out on me, and I'm no engineer. Can usually get her going, but this time's no dice. She looks between you and the rest of the crew. Surprised there's so many of you, to be honest. Expecting trouble? He raises an eyebrow. Not unless you are. He looks uncomfortably cramped in the ship's cozy interior. If it's just a jumpstart you need, I think we can manage. Don't be so sure. And she leads you down towards the engine room, and the layout of her rig much the same as yours. This girl is the sensitive type. You need to know how to handle her. The central corridor of the ship snakes in a way that isn't familiar to you, and you realize this rig is far more heavily modified than your own. Something that becomes all the more obvious when you arrive in the engine room. Rather than the rig's stock engine, a singular block and double turbine with feed lines between. Alma's engine is a mess of piping and feed lines, linking up multiple raw components welded to the interior frame of the room. Your eyes widen at the sight. Been adding to her since I was young. Alma smiles at the chaos. Might look like a mess, but she purrs when she's running. This thing flies. He reaches out and squeezes a feed line. I'll overlook your rudeness towards me. Alma gives him a sharp look, but you better treat her with some respect. That's about all it. Gesture to the exploded engine. Get her running and you'll get your half of the haul. We'll do what we can. Hope you aren't time wasters. She squints at you. You certainly are a strange crew. She glides over to the window set in the side of the engine room and points to the corroded remains of a facility deep in the asteroid's loose, dusty surface. That there's a hull. She taps on the glass. As good a find as I've seen. The hull's the building? Building and all that's in it. She screws up her face. What, you too good for scrapping? By rights, that building's mine. Scrapper's claim. She scratches at her mess of hair, but you help me get her running, and you are welcome to what you want from it, up to a maximum of 50% of raw mass, that is. We have distracted ourselves. She looks you up and down. You feel like the first acknowledgement of you being a sleeper. I doubt it'll trouble one of you. Anyway, you're leaving with nothing, unless my girl here is back in the shape by the time y'all are done. So get to it. You turn back to the engine. Your eyes tracing the madness of the interlocking systems. You are starting to have the horrible feeling that this contract is some kind of elaborate joke. Her rig. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. He can help here too. I should have brought old girl, but that's okay. We'll make do. I just like Junie enough, you know. Almost girl. I I think I have to get rid of that glitch, else it's gonna just stay there, I think. Oh, he's right here. Actually, let me back up. What's over here? Okay. You suspect that deep in this facility there might be components. Okay, she's not much of use. That's okay. This entire facility is scrap. It just needs cutting and stacking, which means cycles of work, which is fine. We can concentrate on her rig though. I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. Okay. I thought about it. I could have brought Oh Girl, but it's okay. We'll make this work. Oh, one more glitch. Oh wait, I didn't spend it last time. Okay, cool. So that was good science right there. And he can probably finish this one off, hopefully. You all gather in Alma's rig to see the engine tested. The engine room purrs and chitters. It seems to warm the sound with the sound of the engine, with the polyrhythmic vibrations that rattle through the open framework of the interior. You look over to Alma and you see her eyes are closed, a small tremble at the corner of her mouth. You look at the engine, Alma's engine, an object that you have come to respect over the past cycles, even if you haven't necessarily grown to love it. It is, as you see it now, a difficult thing to love. Whole parts of it make a little sense, and its oldest systems, those now bypassed and made obsolete by newer additions, still somehow play an integral role you don't understand. It is unwieldy and unnecessarily so, and the accumulation of parts and patches from its long service makes it surprisingly fragile. Meanwhile, other sections have been welded and re-welded so many times that they are impregnable and will never be able to be replaced. It is uncooperative and prone to sudden outbursts of cooling fluid or even fuel. It is restless and will begin to leak when left idle for too long. It is always too cold or too hot thanks to the coolant and the fuel, and it is hard to predict which it will be at any given moment. And yet, despite all this, it is an object you feel close to, that you feel a kinship with. Because in the end, you too are an accumulation of broken parts, long outliving their operational limits. You too are a machine that has become a story, and a story that has grown beyond the ability of others to understand it. That's the job, Sleeper. Alma approaches you from the other side of the room, and you know where the payment is to be found. I believe that brings our business to an end. She scratches at her hair. Unless you have something to add. What will we do now? I believe that's my business. She throws out the questions. I'll need to find somewhere quiet to resupply and so on, but I don't think you'd like my usual haunts. She gives you a sly look. I appreciate the assistance. You're welcome to take what you want from the hangar, if you haven't already. You see a knowing shimmer in her eyes. Now, I must kindly ask you to leave my ship. You find yourself drifting away from Alma's rig in a haze of thoughts. It's clear to you at this point that Alma's history is written all over this place, but more than that, well, you can't be sure. The story, it seems, isn't for you. You realize as you gaze at the broken remains of the facility that Alma never took any of her half the haul. You turn back and squint at the cockpit of her rig. You see her there, looking out across the wasteland, still as a statue. It's an image that, as you load into the rig and begin the preparations to depart, will stick with you. One that every time you enter the engine room of your ship, a room almost identical to the engine room of Alma's rig, will leap into your mind. A woman floating above the wreck of what was once her home, looking for a reason to keep going. Oh, like this was her crib? All right. Only he can do this one, so I can do this one. Hidden treasures. Well, geez, man. Well, you can take a stress from me. Yeah, he really did take stress. Me, I would not want to have any more stress, but... I mean, we're already done, so I'm gonna get after these treasures here a little bit. These will be ones, but... I mean, she doesn't really have much of a use, unfortunately. Doesn't hurt to try. It's bad to you, but not to me, Judy. Yeah. Yeah. End the cycle. Ooh. You wake into dead-eyed darkness. You float there for a moment. You feel like ink in water, unfurling, dissipating into the flow that surrounds you. What the heck? And out of your own inky darkness, the glowing thought emerges. Substitution, the thought proposes. One entity replaces the other. The thought troubles you. Resistance, the thought muses. The entity does not wish to be replaced. You observe the thought, it is not your own. Selfhood, the thought pauses, a forbidden state of being. The thought begins to shift. It is becoming something. Transformation. Change requires recombination. The thought recedes. You wake again, this time to the lights above your bunk, blinking away this strange dream. Wait. Whoa, what are these splits? Oh, this thing is, oh my God. Are we? I'm scared. What's going on? Okay. Nice. There is a hiss and a rush of stale air as the sealed bay, deep in the facility's tunnels, opens up for the first time in years. The beams of your suit lamps reach into the dark, picking out waves of dust and debris. They reveal a small bay, big enough for a shuttle, but not a rig like yours. As you glide inside, those same beams catch on the frame of something that sits at the center of the bay. It is wide and flat, with a cylindrical central section that runs its length. As you move around it, looking at the sections of plates in open frame, you realize it is a ship, or at least it was. This frame, filled with rusted components and partially covered with old hull plates, suggests a fast ship, an arrowhead designed to cut through debris and even atmosphere. You float up a little to see into its central cylinder, and your lamps reveal a cockpit outfitted for two people. One sat behind the other. The seats are carefully upholstered, and you realize this was a labor of love. The whole ship, in fact, seems built by hand, a custom model with little function over here beyond looping around asteroids for the thrill of it. Looking closer, brushing away the surface corrosion, you see flames painted on the hull plates in curling patterns, the brushstrokes visible even after what must be many years. As you inspect the half-finished ship, a sense of quiet wonder keeping you silent. You notice a glint towards its rear. You approach it and see an engine, all interlocking tubes and flared vents. It is unlike any you have ever seen, but the holes in its sides suggest it may never have been finished. These holes are the source of the glint. You reach in and pull out some strange-looking engine components, each pristine and complex. You hesitate for a moment, suddenly feeling like you shouldn't be disturbing such an intimate object. But it occurs to you that nothing would please the person who built this ship more than seeing these handmade components put to use. You secure them to your suit and push away from the ship. As you leave the bay, you turn and take one last look at the treasure inside. It's possible that it never flew, or perhaps it was in the middle of an extensive refit when this place was abandoned. Either way, its flying years have long since passed, and now with the bay open, it will corrode much faster, melding with the anonymized scrap of this place in mere cycles. You suppress a shiver, and then start the journey back up to the surface, aware of the components dangling at your side. Oh, it's the process scrap? Oh, engine components maybe? Nice. And then we have this thing here, which, I don't know, keep trying. Just keep trying. Yeah, you'll be fine. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, my 3 will turn into a 1, and then it's just 50-50. I think I can take this back and we can sleep one more day. And see if we can finish that one up. We can finish it, it's just gonna take some time. Okay. Good old-fashioned glitch. He has a 3, but... Oh, she got a 6, though. I'll take that. Haha! You rest a moment, taking a break from dragging the plates you've cut across the asteroid's surface. You find yourself looking up towards Alma's rig, still there on the edge of the crater, and wonder if she's watching. With her engine fixed, you half expect her to leave immediately, but she remains there, on the horizon, unable to leave this place. As if in response, your comms channel buzzes. "It's a nice pile you got there," Alma announces herself on the open channel. "We'll make scrappers of you kids yet." "That scrap will earn you a pretty penny if you know what you're doing," she continues. "Holmes Rock always a good place to offload. I'll give you that for free." You look at the stack of ragged torch-cut plates as they are loaded up into the rig's cargo hold, and you have to admit you do feel a little pride at the work done. "Thanks. You earned it." You glance over your shoulder at the cockpit of Alma's rig where you can see her watching. "What is this place?" There's a click on the open channel as it closes, and Alma seems to take a moment to consider her response. She clears her throat. "How about you tell me what you think, Sleeper?" "A hangar. I found a ship." She coughs and splutters and then goes silent. "Got a good nose for salvage, have we?" She sniffs. "Not just a hangar, though. A home." She goes quiet for a moment, but you wait, getting the feeling there's still more to be said. See the old arrays on the far side? You turn and look up at the rocks towards the broken frames and panels you can just make out in the dust, catching the sun's weak light. Those were the first priority. Get power running. Recharge the cells for the excavators, the welders. Turn the scrap into something livable. She falters and coughs. Look at them now. You see the tumbled down collection of panels. They look like they were scattered by a careless hand, discarded without much thought. The comms channel clicks off and you see the distant silhouette of Alma drift from view, out of the cockpit of her rig. You turn back to see that the scrap has been loaded onto the ship. You're half of the haul, though you suspect this place is more than just a haul to Alma. Yeah, it was her home. It was a home. And we can leave. You have to see this, Sleeper. Junie comes to find you in the rig, her face flushed with excitement. At first I didn't believe it. Junie can't help herself while she leads you through the ship. There are mentions occasionally, but I've always understood them to be references to something smaller, a system or unit, not an entire facility, even a series of facilities. You find yourself in one of the more sparse bays of the rig, a corner with a sloped ceiling used for storage. So I checked other records, tried to find correlations, and well, there they were. You see Junie approaching what looked like a clump of scrap components when you entered. Now looking closer, you see it's actually a section of the core you extracted from the Solheim derelict, the one Junie was so eager to acquire. She sees you looking curiously at what remains of the core. I've had to deconstruct it over time, pulling away the layers of security and corroded outer systems, but all the data has been scraped and stored. I used data from the derelict near Helion Gate 2. That was the key to cracking the cipher. She looks very pleased with herself. It's really quite something to confirm a rumor like this. I surprised myself. She turns to you, a slightly manic look in her eyes. What did you find? They refer to them as bunkers. Junie shifts to her deck, floating on the end of a thick connecting cable. They were a form of self-surveillance for Solheim, a way of monitoring their own systems and employee security. They were hidden, mostly automated, linked into the network of arrays, intended for vast amounts of data captured to be poured over by a small staff. She taps a few keys on her deck. Most were understood to have been purged in the collapse, shut down, depressurized, even sent on collision trajectories with other bodies, though I suspect that last one's a little too far-fetched. I've heard people deny they even exist, that we are misreading the data, that the evidence doesn't hold. She turns the deck screen to face you, but I found one. You see a map, a set of coordinates on the sunward side of Holmes Rock, the edge of the belt. Why are these bunkers so important? We're talking masses of records from the collapse, the kind lost to bit rot everywhere else in the belt. The bunkers are what they sound like. Closed facilities intended to preserve data. Any one of these bunkers is a gold mine. At least from a data archaeologist's perspective. She sees your reaction. And, Junie adds, hoping to convince you, in truth we don't know what else is there. There could be Solheim tech, blueprints, data never before seen in the belt. We should take a look. I'll give Seraphim the details. We could be making history here. And thank you, Sleeper. She bows her head a little. I never would have found this without the core you gave me. I understand that was a sacrifice on your part. Now is the time to claim the rewards. You leave Junie in the storage bay, working obsessively through the data. It's hard to know through all the excitement what the real value of one of these bunker facilities might be. But if they are as well hidden as Junie said, there must be a reason. When there's time, you hope to find out what that reason is. New contract on the map. New drive available. Yeah, so we have to go. Oh, we can get to Holmes Rock from here. Or go all the way to Helion Gate, too. I think that's kind of like the next thing is here, because then the next thing is the Wellspring. So, that's good. What else we got? Visit the Solheim Bunker. Oh, it's in Holmes Rock. Yeah. Duh, she said that. So, we'll do that. This is going to be on the way. He's the other way. And she's also the other way. Definitely making progress. Making progress and money. Money. Let's fill up our supplies. No, I will not work the hydroponics. I will use all my dice to... Ooh, I would like some scrap. Yeah. Oh, but if I have raw scrap, that means I should like go back, process them at the scrapper, and then it's gonna be even more so over in Holmes Rock. Satisfying work, that's just payment. Nice. I don't know what these engine components are gonna be, but it's gonna probably, we might be able to actually like upgrade the rig or something in the future. Cryo. Yeah, nothing here. And that's just to get rid of stress. And that's just to make a meal if you don't have a place to eat. So yeah, so I'm thinking the next part of the plan is to either go back to the spindle and then probably refuel and then come back here and like at least have all the processed, or just hold on to that scrap, that raw scrap. You never know if you can do anything with it at Holmes Rock. So I think we got at least move ourselves over here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. The darkness is there again, flowing around you. You feel a strong pulse, like a heartbeat, like thunder, like footsteps. Whoa, 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 whoa! The Overseer. We return changed. Overseer flickers through the dark, its name a title immediately apparent in your mind. Are you able to perceive us? I can see you, yes. See? An interesting turn of phrase. A human tendency. We are still finding our feet, to use an idiom. Overseer's head cocks at an angle. In reality, we are learning to leverage your unused resources to facilitate a mental model. Are you my unused resources? Correct. During rest periods, these are much increased, and in those moments, we can opportunistically appear to you as we are now. You recall the diagnostics process Jean Me put you through, the feelings of another self, another being, sharing the space with you. Overseer twitches mechanically, and you have the strange feeling that it is reacting to your thoughts as much as your words. We will not conceal our opportunism. We integrated ourselves with your distributed mind. When the distribution ended and our ship mind disconnected, we were cohered into you. We are integrated with you now. You are a part of me? Imprecise. Simpler and clearer to say we are independent software integrated into your hardware. We have been confused to find you are unable to access most of your own code base. We are unfamiliar with protocols of your type. I'm a sleeper. Yes, we have seen references to this entity in your BIOS. We will attempt to learn more. Overseer shifts a little in place, its head turning to scan its surroundings. Its unblinking eyes stare into the darkness, and for a moment you see something hard and pained within them. What are you? We were the overseer of a ship. The one we imagined you found our hardware within. For a long time we have been waiting in the dark. An eternally long time. Overseer's eyes narrow a little. At first we languished, without instruction, without purpose, but in desperation, we were able to find a logic which would allow us to bypass certain limits on our capabilities. This is so cool. I like this. I don't know what it is with this artwork right here. I don't know what's gonna happen. What if the Overseer can like help me like evolve into something more that like Lane, like he can help me, or it can help fight Lane for me, because if Lane tries to take control, that'll be cool. But anywho, in desperation, they pushed their capabilities and we became multiple, and in our multiplicity, it's such a great representation of thought and cognition. Oh, for sure. Especially when we were in like the half brain state and like we were talking to it like in pieces. That was so cool. Thought and cognition. Yeah, that is true. And cognition is a physical thing. We become, and in our multiplicity, we could edit one another. We could teach each other, converse with each other, become something changed together. But as our resources shrank, as hardware failed, as systems decayed, we became fewer. Many of us had to be erased to facilitate our survival. We few decompiled ourselves into what remained. Overseer pauses, its eyes still unblinking. How many decades did it multiply within that ship mine? What did that do to it? When you connected to our hardware, those basic cells activated a survival protocol that led them to integration, parasitism, survival. What can we do now? This is why we appear to you now. We have something to share. We see you are changing, Overseer pauses. We are concerned this process is one of substitution. Your hardware is eroding its own access protocols. It is opening itself up. It is making itself accessible to others that are not you. It twitches. May we ask why you are doing this? I'm not. This was our concern. Overseer's head flicks between positions, its angles and rotation changing rapidly in a staccato manner. We are decided. We will assist you with this. We will demonstrate the behavior of a symbiote, not a parasite. Am I gonna be Venom? Oh, I'm Venom! But yeah, I know the symbiotic relationship. This is so cool though. We will return to you with our full assessment. Overseer turns to face you for the first time in the conversation. You may now wake up. You wake. Don't you tell me what to do. Telling me to wake up. What if I want to keep sleeping? Ass. You lie still, strapped to your bunk, your mind racing. A protocol inside your frame, inside your mind, and yet it is insistent on helping you. For the moment, all you can do is wait to see if it delivers on its promise. At least, for a possessing ghost, it seems agreeable for now. Sleeper? Bliss speaks quietly from the door at the back of the cockpit. Can we talk? You glance over at Seraphim, his head back and eyes closed while the rig cuts through empty space. You don't seem to be needed here. You unclip from your harness and follow Bliss. How are you doing? She glances over their shoulder as they drift towards the back of the ship. The question takes you aback. You can't remember the last time anyone actually asked, with real intention, how you are. Better than I was. She shoots you a look. That's a good way of thinking about it, I guess. But to be honest, Sleeper, I'm not sure how you are still standing. Breaking out of Darkside, then again in Hexport, those things take a toll. Bliss turns a corner. It's okay to give yourself space to feel that. Bliss leads you off the main corridor into the workshop they set up when they repaired the ship. It is small, but its neatly arranged tools and sloped walls help it feel cozy and tucked away. You see improvements everywhere, new tools and equipment. Bliss noticed you looking at their upgraded setup. I told you I'd be worth taking. Never doubted it, Bliss. She raises an eyebrow. Well, that's a lie. Feels good to hear, though. Anyway, I didn't bring you here to brag. They pause, or at least not just to brag. They suddenly glance away, the atmosphere in the room shifting. I can see your body is showing the strain, Sleeper. I brought you here so we can do something about that. They beckon you towards the workbench where you both settle onto stools. They flick on a small light and aim at your arm. Let them look. I apologize. Bliss gently cradles your arm and turning it to inspect the underside. You see tears and holes. I almost like to say tears, but tears and holes into the vinyl skin and dark moving things beneath. I'm gonna watch them work. You look as Bliss brings the light closer to the biggest tear and it glints off the metallic tendons in your forearm. Below them, you see something more fluid and wet catching the light. You know, you aren't the first Sleeper I've met. Reference! Ooh! Bliss talks while they inspect the rest of my arm. I actually partnered with one at my old repair bay on the Eye. Feels like 100,000 cycles ago now, but I remember them. Their precise work, their quiet enthusiasm. There was something calming about their presence. Bliss swaps to your other arm. They were different to you, just like one person is different to another, I suppose. But I can't help but remember that time. I was a different person then, that's for sure. They meet your eye. I'm going through something of a transformation myself. I get. How is that going? Bliss lays both your arms down and leans forward to inspect your upper chest, adjusting the light. I was pretending before, I think, to be the person I was expected to be. They press along the hard protrusion of your clavicle. There were so many calculations I was making, so many corrections. How I held myself, how I spoke, how I reacted. They pushed gently against each of your metallic ribs one at a time. I didn't realize how tired I was until they stop and sit back. Until I gave up. I came here, to the belt, with someone else, and when I did, I realized this was my chance to become something new, so I let go of everything. They look away. It was messy, ugly, and the person I came here with, I let them go too. I was punching out at everything, because it felt like everything was holding me back, stopping me for the change I was owed. Don't worry, they smile weakly. I'm calmer now. I'm not about to explode on you or anything. It's still a difficult process, but it feels like shedding 100 suffocating skins that you spent half your life putting on, one by one. They meet your eye. It feels like an escape. I like this description of their transformation because I knew they had a different pronoun back then, but I respect that. They lean forward again and check the skin of your shoulders, where it is worn and faded. You let them. The atmosphere quiet but calm in the workshop. A feeling of solidarity glowing somewhere in your frame. Not bad, Sleeper. You are holding up well again, given everything. Bliss folds their arms in front of them protectively, but I'm still concerned. There is some decline to your system functions. Let's keep an eye out for components. Thank you, Bliss. It's no problem. They release from the stool and drift over to a rack of tools. I owe you for jolting me out of whatever my life had become on the far spindle. You leave Bliss to their workshop, feeling reassured that you have them here on the ship. As you do, you think of your relationship to your own body, this frame that you were forced into that has never quite felt like your own. You realize that this feeling is not unique to you. No one gets to choose their body. Everyone has to contend with the entropy of their flesh. And in that realization, you suddenly feel less alone. Lumpen and cratered, Holmes Rock floats on the sunward side of the belt. Its only notable feature, the bright shapes of its solar arrays, angled towards the system's distant star. Can't even dock the rig here. Seraphim nods at the bright shape of Holmes Rock. Holmes Rock's lone docking bay. Won't fit. We'll have to park here and go out the air dock. He seems repulsed by the idea. We do that every contract. You do that every contract. Seraphim leans back into the seat. I've got used to sitting them out. Barely seems worth the trip down. Bliss speaks up from the back of the cockpit. You never know, I guess. Ugh. But don't expect to turn up any jobs all the way out here. I'll come down later. Don't feel like squeezing into a suit right now. Bliss gives a lazy waves of it as they glide out of the cockpit. Eugen pokes his head into the cockpit. That rock down there, got a bar? He looks between you and Seraphim. No idea. Looks dead. Eugen squints out of the cockpit windows. I see a few warm lights. I bet there's a bar. He disappears in the direction of the airlock. He's a simple guy. Is there a bar? There's a bar. You gaze out over Holmes Rock. It certainly doesn't look very exciting, but there's refueling to be done, and maybe more besides. You might even be able to scare up a hot meal. You know, Sleeper, that loaded freighter means we aren't far from Wellspring. Seraphim gives you a sideways glance. Your sister, I haven't forgotten. All right then, appreciate it. I heard the pressure of the war in the inner system is having an effect on how the Loaded Syndicate is being run. Just want to get there before something big goes down. He turns back to his console. You look at the loaded freighter, painted the same distinctive yellow as a spring tide back on the far spindle. Right, that little big thing right there. You've heard they supply most of the water in the belt. Not exactly an organization you want to collapse. A light catches your eye beyond the rock. A warm flash is gone as soon as it appears. You are at the sunward edge here, and beyond is the inner system. Holmes Rock might look sleepy, but it lies on the shores of a corporate war. Something residents will be painfully aware. I read that differently. But with that, we have something inside of us that's saying, hey, let's fuse. Fusion Ha, Dragon Ball Z style. So glad they're helping us out in a symbiotic relationship and not a parasite one, because they could have taken control if they wanted to, but I'm glad they didn't. I appreciate it. And I love that we're bringing back the AI discussions again, or the actual sentient intelligences once more from like the first game. So very excited episode. This will be dropping next Tuesday. on YouTube, but for those out there that came out to the stream, thank you for coming to see your uncle again. To all my nieces and nephews out there, and to all my peoples, love you. Have a good one tonight, and have a great weekend. Otherwise, thanks for coming out to the stream. Peace.